Your boy Young 360, man.
I'ma thought this speed close as fuck.
Me and Nova on this bitch. Yeah, tell him.
Stay.
Yeah, hold on. Before we do that, before we go any further, let's hit it with that. Hello, what it say? Hello, what? Hey.
Please take your foot off the gas because you move too fast
You know what I'm saying?
on the road. So
Hey man, listen. It's your boy Drugtastic, back like I never left, with another review video, man. And today we reviewing, as y'all can see in the chat. Well, y'all can't see, but as y'all can see, bruh, we're reviewing the Infiniti Q60 Red Sport, man. And one of my subs wanted to they wanted to see a review on it. Think my opinion. I mean, get my opinion. I think my opinion, but get my opinion on it. And we finna do our homework, as you should say, and we finna get the video done. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, tap in. Let's get it.
Welcome. Today we're going to talk about this beautiful
Infiniti of Tacoma
2020
at
Infiniti
Fife,
Q60 Red Sport
Thanks for the
400.
video for reviewing. We'll drop
Where most of the
y'all's
Red Sport
channel
400s that you
or the
find, or most of the
video
Infinitis
down
you
below.
find around here in the Pacific Northwest, the majority of them are all-wheel drive. This one's a little bit different. This is a rear-wheel drive Q60 Red Sport 400. And if you're actually if you're looking for the most purest
the rear wheel
performance
and the all-wheel
version
drive, I guess
of the
they have
Q60,
a badge in
the Red Sport
drive.
400 rear-wheel drive is a little bit faster than the all-wheel
Cap.
Now with the album out, are you paying attention?
drive. Obviously in dry conditions. When it's wet out, obviously the all-wheel drive is going to have a little bit of an advantage. So I guess if you're looking for the highest performance version of the Q60, the rear-wheel drive Red Sport would be the one.
So you
and the all-wheel drive system kind of also tames things.
Video, bro. So you telling me that the rear wheel version of this vehicle is faster than the all-wheel version of this vehicle? And I just don't believe it, bucko. I don't. I'm going all-wheel. The interior is nice though. It looks sporty. The cockpit, the view is crazy. But I would like more carbon fiber in the red seats.
Down a little bit. It keeps the vehicle a little bit more stable.
With the red seats,
with the rear-wheel drive, this is a little bit more of the hooligan Q60 with 400 horsepower. Just getting dumped to the rear wheels. This thing can definitely get a little bit tail happy if you shut the traction and control system off. Even when you have it in sport mode, you have a drive mode select here. When you have it in the sportiest setting, it lets it get a little bit squirrely and have a little fun before it rains things in. We'll take it for a little spin towards the end of this video and see
V6 twin
how it
turbo,
does.
Right?
This is a beautiful example of a Q60.
That'll be a V6 twin turbo.
Beautiful color combination, this lovely shade of blue on this gallery white
so
interior.
They got manual versions of this car?
Q60, the Red Sport 400 of the Q60 is one of the range-topping trim levels, so it's got a lot of standard equipment, not too much optional equipment.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff is standard.
They got manual versions of this car?
Carbon fiber
I think,
trim, and it's the real deal, not the fake stuff. You have it on the center console, dashboard,
I think it's like a,
and on
like
the doors.
Transmission
Obviously, beautiful perforated leather seats. The 7-speed automatic transmission is the only transmission available in the Q60. It does have a manual shift mode. You can either shift with the shifter and push it over to the left and up to upshift and back to downshift. It will give you rev-matched downshifts for a sportier sound and feel. But with the Red Sport 400, they also give you these nifty steering wheel paddle shifters, which you can use to change gears. 2020 is a great year for the Q60 because they upgraded the infotainment system. You have a crisper, higher resolution display, and they also added Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I know a lot of people like that, so now you have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility for the 2020 model year. Then we have this lovely 360 around view camera. We have a backup collision intervention, so if you're backing up and a vehicle is going to cross your path, or maybe someone's going to walk behind you, it will automatically hit the brakes. We also have a moving object detection. That's what the MOD stands for. You can change views here. Great for low-speed maneuvering, parallel parking, things like that, so you don't scuff up the wheels or the bumpers. Nice power-adjustable steering wheel that tilts and telescopes. Blind spot warning, forward collision warning. We have a whole suite of safety and technology. The Bose Performance Series sound system sounds amazing. If you like music, you'll definitely appreciate that. Also, the Red Sport, you get these aluminum pedals. Nice, comfortable interior. I'm 6'2". I'm very comfortable
crazy.
on the Q60. Obviously, with a coupe, the back seats are a little bit limited as far as space goes, but this actually shares the same wheelbase as the Q50, same exact wheelbase, so it has, you know, a decent amount of space in the back seats. But obviously, with this little, with the swooping roof line, a little bit more aggressive styling than the Q50, you are going to give up a little headroom back there for the sake of styling. But obviously, when people buy coupes, most of the time, we're just looking for. The main point is, you know, occupant comfort for the two front passengers, and you know, it's just kind of we do the best we can with the rear seat passengers. Obviously, if people are really concerned about rear seat space in a coupe, they just get the Q50 Red Sport, which is a 4-door version of this. There's an amazing 400 horsepower twin turbo V6. This is actually the same engine that you get in the new Nissan Z, but unlike the Z, which just recently was redesigned and reintroduced with this engine, we've had this engine in the Q50 since 2016, and we've had it in the Q60 since 2017 when the Q60 was redesigned. You can get this in a 300 horsepower version. They use different engine software, different blade design on the turbos, different exhaust system to get that extra 100 horsepower. It's an amazing engine. Look at the beautiful styling on the front of this Q60.
Wait, so it's a cheaper version of it?
Also, with their rear-wheel drive version of the Red Sport 400, you have a little bit lower ride height. The all-wheel drive actually has about a ½ inch to an inch higher ride height than the rear-wheel drive Q60 Red Sport 400. So this has a little bit more of a stance, looks a little bit lower. You know, kind of hunched down to the ground, a little bit like a cheetah, getting ready to pounce. So from a look standpoint, it definitely looks a little bit nicer with a little bit less of a wheel gap and hugging the ground a little bit. You have more aggressive brakes and a wheel and tire package. The Red Sport gets the red painted calipers. Another telltale sign of the Red Sport 400 is the unique exhaust system. You have those kind of circles that look like those drilled into the exhaust. That is unique to the Red Sport. Decent amount of space for a coupe, and of course you can fold down the rear seats for a little bit more space. So let's get behind the wheel and take it for a spin around the block and see how this Red Sport Q60, especially a Red Sport variant.
I was about to tell y'all a joke about
I've driven probably hundreds of these
but if y'all want to hear that,
in my years at Infiniti. I've been with Infiniti since 2004, and it's now August 2023, so a long time. And I've driven a lot of these newer Q60s since they were redesigned for the 2017 model year. So I've driven a lot of these, and they're absolutely beautiful, amazing cars. There's a nice Jim, the facility manager over here, great guy. He lets me take pictures and
I ain't gonna lie,
videos over here.
I bet he has
much appreciated. Versus our car lot, which is jam-packed with cars.
He drives cars and get paid for it.
I am really appreciative of having this lovely spot to do these pictures and these walk-around videos. They come out a lot better than they would on the lot. All right, well, back to this Q60. So we have a drive mode selector here that will make changes to transmission shift points, throttle sensitivity, traction, stability control settings. The Red Sport 400 comes standard with a digital dynamic suspension, so that will also make changes to the suspension.
He didn't slow down
Sport Plus.
As you
can see, there's a lot of different settings. You can also drill down deeper yourself. And you can
if y'all can turn the
you can drill down yourself and kind of personalize it here, so you can make individual changes. Just like the engine, steering, suspension, and things like that. Active traction control helps the vehicle rotate a little bit better through the corners by braking individual wheels. You can shut that system on or off. All right. Sounds really nice.
That's nice to know,
VQ30, sorry, the VR30 twin turbo engine's a beautiful sounding engine. But this is also a luxury vehicle, so it's not overly intrusive. It's not overly loud. It's just loud enough when you're stepping in the gas. You hear some beautiful V6 music, but once you're kind of doing easy driving, it quiets down. I also have the sunroof open, just so when I give it a little throttle, we can hear some of that V6 music a little bit better. The Q60 is an absolutely beautiful automobile. I don't think I've ever heard anyone call a Q60 ugly. It's absolutely gorgeous. In fact, one of my favorite automotive publications Car and Driver magazine, they had a special article called the 10 best looking cars that you can buy, and the Q60 was in that article. In fact, it was a cover. There was a cover vehicle.
C-A-P. Cap.
For that story.
Cap.
And you know, it's absolutely a stunning vehicle. I think Infiniti absolutely knocked it out of the park with the design of the Q60.
Car,
the Q50, the sedan version, is also very pretty as well. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, 400 horsepower. This thing gets up and goes.
My buddy got trashed.
A little bit more rush hour traffic, so hopefully I'll get. You know, I'm not looking to break the law or break the speed limit, but you know,
do that, bro, but
hopefully have a little bit of a.
I'm trying to sit here a bit. Wait, turn this thing on.
All right, here we go.
Oh, whoa, you about lost it, buddy. Get it? Yeah. He had to get out of it.
All right.
He got out of the 20s.
No issue at all getting up to 60 miles an hour. Gonna close the sunroof as well. You can also might have heard a little bit of a tire screeching, and that's the great thing about this amazing vehicle dynamic system is it's a it ties the traction and stability control system together. So remember, this just a disclaimer: these systems can't overcome stupidity or the laws of physics. But basically, when you have it like in the sportiest mode, it lets you get a little squiggly. It lets the wheel spin a little bit. You can hear some tire wheel. Then the system quickly reins things in and gets the vehicle straightened. So, you know, 400 horsepower, you're going around a corner, and if you give it too much power, with the traction control system off and the stability control system off, you know, the thing's going to want to spin around and go into a ditch. So that system allows you to basically push the car a lot harder. You can keep your, you know, foot basically planted on the throttle, and it's not going to allow too much power to go to the wheels where the vehicle would lose control and drive off the road. Just like that. Well, that sums up our little drive in the Infiniti Q60 Red Sport 400. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. Hopefully we see you soon.
Man, you welcome, bro. But hey, listen. It ain't looking, you know what I'm saying? It's going crazy so far. So far, so good. Speed Labs by Motor Envy. Appreciate for the video, the review, man. And as I always say, your channel or this video will be
many years ago, at the dawn of the 21st century, Infiniti introduced the G35, a car that was essentially the Nissan 350Z with softer shocks and a fancy badge. And for its time, it was brilliant. Naturally aspirated, rear drive, 300 brake horsepower, 3,400 pounds, and an exhaust note that could be mistaken for something much more expensive. But fast forward about 2 decades and now, we have this. The 2019 Infiniti Q60 Red Sport. You can tell it's a Red Sport with that big fancy red S on the back, red brake calipers, and vented exhaust tips. And though it may not look like, its 3-liter twin-turbo V6 makes 400 brake horsepower and 350 foot-pounds of torque.
That's what I said.
Plus, I won't deny that I have a soft spot for the way this car looks.
Listen, bro, I almost said chat even though I'm doing a video, but bro, I will carbon fiber this car out, bro. And then I don't know if I'll be debadged too. Listen, bro, I'm one of them. I am one of them. I was to get a track hog, any type of Hellcat, any type of 392 or whatever. No, I wouldn't debadge a 392. Listen, I wouldn't debadge a 392. I wouldn't debadge a RT. I wouldn't debadge a SS, and I wouldn't debadge a Coyote. Now, if I was to get a Super Snake, GT350, GT500, Trackhawk, Demon, Hellcat Red Eye, bruh, it's debadged. I'm one of them. I'm one of them people. So you can like it, love it, hate it. At this point, it don't matter to me, because I'm one of them people. Just letting you know.
We could lose some of the chrome, but it's got sleek lines, slender curves, and just an all-around proportional build that makes it a classic-looking sports coupe. Even those headlights are elegant. Unfortunately, this one is all-wheel drive.
They got RGB
but let's find out what it's like on the street, and if it can homage to its ancestors.
Let me know in the comment section if they got RGB lights, you know. See, yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
I'll say it again, I think this car looks good, especially that front end. A lot of presence. It's muscular, yet elegant, curvy, yet classy, but you should never judge a book by its cover because underneath all that is a car that's lost its way. Among the sea of sports sedans and coupes, there's nothing about it that stands out. I have a hard time being impressed with the way it feels. The rear drive version would probably be slightly better, but I'm comparing it to the other cars in the segment that I've tested. The Mercedes C43 AMG, the BMW M340iX Drive, the Audi S5 Coupe, all of which are all drive, and somehow, all of them invoke more character than the Q60. But let's start with the cockpit. I'm a big fan of the red interior. Most of the materials feel good. The seats themselves are plush and have great adjustment, as well as good lateral support. The silver carbon-esque trim around the cabin is a love-hate. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I think it cheapens the car. But this dual screen situation is really handy. I appreciate the extra real estate, but I wish they updated the dash cluster with something more digital. Reminds me a lot of the Lexus GSF. It's nice, but it doesn't compete with the digital dash offerings from the Germans. Good news is that the back seats are totally usable, much like the C43 Coupe. Unfortunately, like most cars today, the Q60 is only available with a 7-speed automatic with manual mode. And let's get this out of the way. Like the Audi paddles, the ones here are also garbage. I can't decide which one is worse. It doesn't stop there. The transmission is sluggish. Upshifts and downshifts are both lazy. The response time from the paddle is decent for a planetary automatic, but nowhere near a BMW ZF. Throttle response is also lackluster. There's some turbo lag, but not as bad as the 4C I drove. It's decent for what the car is, and if you're anywhere above 3,500 RPM, you shouldn't have a problem. The biggest disappointment for me is the suspension. The ride in Comfort and Sport Plus is rather stiff and unenjoyable in the streets of Montreal, which would be fine if the car handled well, but in the mountain roads we drove on, the handling was subpar. I didn't get the opportunity to push the limits, but the general consensus was understeer. The steering is weak and disconnected. There's very little feedback to the driver, and that in turn, no pun intended, decreases confidence and engagement. And if all else fails, we at least want the car to...
Well, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Sounds great. Well, hate to say it, but the car sounds like utter crap. It's quiet, you barely hear the turbo spool, no burbles or backfires, and overall it's just rather muted. It's almost as if they didn't want you to have fun. Nowhere near as enjoyable to listen to as the original G35, but let's move on to that acceleration test.
He said it's quiet, but he is sounding louder than the other video, right?
It's important to me that we record the actual density, altitude, time of the run so we can correct them for the fast list later. 2,000 feet above sea level? Not ideal, but I can live with that. So, with a power to weight ratio of roughly 10 to 1, I'm expecting a similar time to the Alpha 4C, so let's see how it does. I have a feeling that Sport Plus and Full Auto will give us the fastest times.
Nobody starts that low. Like he didn't do a D. He started like 10. Who does that? Either do a dig or do a rolling 40 or 60. I would rather you do all of them though, so I can get it better than something out of the car.
The brakes displayed decent bite, good enough for most street situations, but when I was braking from above 100 miles per hour, the 4,000-pound curb weight really took its toll, and you can feel the 4-piston calipers having a hard time. This is definitely not a car I would take on the track. Anyway, without further ado, let's see where the car stacks up on our fast list. But to be perfectly honest, it felt slow. I was kind of surprised I was able to get a 6 at a 130 time, and at those kind of speeds, the chassis didn't feel as confident as I would like it to be. So much so that I didn't even bother to do a run in manual mode. So here are the results. 40 to 100 miles per hour happened in 8.38 seconds, which is impressive because at least it beat the Audi S5. However, it was still bested by the M340i and the C43 despite having more power. Then again, the Germans have a tendency to underrate their engines. Nonetheless, a low 8-second car here is pretty respectable. The 6 at a 130 on the other hand is a different story, and I suspect the 7-speed gearbox to be the culprit. But the Red Sport did it in 15.61 seconds, which is unfortunately the slowest car on this list. Not a big deal though, because the power plant is pretty robust. You can easily make 500 brake horsepower with just bolt-ons alone. Good to know though. I'm always grateful to have the opportunity to drive different cars, and many of them leave me with a neutral positive impression, but This is one of the few cars that I won't miss at all. It's not that it's a bad car, but it's just not the car that I needed it to be. For the average driver, it somewhat makes sense. It's a pretty complete package. Good looking, luxurious, relatively quick, and probably reliable because it's Japanese. But for the car enthusiast, a person who drives their cars for fun, this is not the one to get. The Infiniti Q60 Red Sport is more of a luxury car than a sports car, especially when you consider its competition. It's more expensive than the C40 AMG, the S5, and the M340i, but it's nowhere near as good. And this is where Infiniti failed. It's a luxury brand, and this is their flagship sports car, but for less money, I wouldn't hesitate to go with the Germans. The whole experience left me feeling numb, disconnected, and with nothing to write home about.
Wait, so the V6...
First time on the channel? Don't forget to check out some of my other stuff. I produce all sorts of cool content with performance cars and acceleration tests, so if that's your jam, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell icon for new episodes every Thursday. Thanks for watching.
Appreciate that. Once again, Speed Labs by More Than Envy will be in the comment section down below, man. But, what was I just asking? Oh, that V6, the Mustang, ain't that a 6-cylinder? Yeah, I thought it was a 3.6. Or is it a 2.3 liter 4-cylinder? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Let's check out. Okay. Nice, definitely. That sounds nice. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds nice.
What'd you do for
Yeah, we not. I know what that is. That is funny, but not right now, bro. I'm gonna lie, we gotta hear that one again. That's the best one I think I've heard. Damn. It's from us. Oh wait, it's a tune though. Wait, this the dude we just listened to a while ago, his car. So his went 0 to 60 in 3.66 tuned. That's a good 0-60. 0-100 stock. Launch control. You're not doing a roll from 10. Wait, what time was that? Oh yeah, his video cut out at 95. Crazy. Wait, no, the 100 right here. Yeah, he talking about miles per hour. It still cut out like 90 something. Guess I missed the early shifter. So about 4.7 then. Oh, 0 to 60. Y'all let me know, man. Y'all let me know. So how much do one of these cars cost? Let's start there. Let's start right there. Crazy. Not gonna lie. Crazy. Okay. Yeah, okay. So wait, the 400. So what's different? What's the difference between... I'm assuming it's just the all-wheel drive. The rest of it's the same. Okay, but what's the price on... Oh yeah, it was like 66,000 brand new. I don't know, chat. I don't know. Don't know. I don't know. If I could find one, if you could find one for a good price, I would definitely snatch it. Make sure you check it. Make sure it's a good car. But if you could find one that's for a good price, I would snatch it. But man, let me put y'all on before I end the video, man. Y'all need a producer, a beat, or a feature, or want a feature on the song, man. Hit up my boy Cushion Polos, bro. Let's give him the 500 subs at least, man, no more. Let's tear him up. Same thing, bro. If you looking for a feature or want to get featured on the song, bro, hit up my boy Nuevo Stella, bro. I think both of them, that's on all platforms. That's all their platforms. Just Nuevo Stellar and Cushion Polos, man. But hey, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe if you and share the video, man. Cause y'all don't be sharing the video. Cause I know somebody that knows somebody, man. But other than that, man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And I'm out, bro. Gang, my damn fingers won't work, bro.
Don't lose control.
Hey,
let's enjoy the moment. Hope you don't mind if we pretend that we are frozen in time, and we can wake up from this fantasy.
Look, I'm stacking the bridge and Lego some Legos, getting to the bridge.